I think everyone has in their history some piece of whatever they end up doing in their life that was their true inspiration. And for me, it was Metallica. When I heard that, it just completely changed my life, and I was like, that's what I want to do. Growing up listening to metal, you know, Slayer, Megadeth, Pantera, all these thrash metal bands, it was always about the adrenaline. Always. I used to ride the volume control on my portable tape player, portable CD player at the time, and the peak of a song, I would just crank it and you just feel this adrenaline like trickle down your back. And then I heard Mahler and Mahler's Second Symphony. It was introduced to me by a friend of mine who was a huge metalhead. And he was like, man, you gotta listen to Mahler. It's just so awesome. And we played it in the car, and he's like singing along, and he's just like, oh! And it was like he was at a metal concert. And I got the tunes in my head, but I'd never really listened to it from like start to finish. And I was going on a road trip, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to it all the way through now that I know it. I've had it in my car for about a month. And I just get to the end, and I'm just like crying. And I'm just like, this is the greatest music I've ever heard in my life. I got to live that dream by playing it with the orchestra. It was a bucket list thing for me. There's nothing like playing timpani with an orchestra. And that's when I truly fell in love with the instrument, I think. It's not always just a splash or a color, which are beautiful things on their own, but it has pitch. So I almost feel more like a brass player sometimes than I do a percussionist. For my audition for this orchestra, there were 3 rounds. So we're backstage, it was me and 2 other guys. And we're backstage after we had all played. And you're just waiting, because if you get second place, you get nothing, you know? So you're just like, okay, it's either like, there's no silver medal. And then Carlos comes back and introduces himself to all of us, and then just starts talking. And we're all just like, dude, just tell us who won. You know what I mean? And he does this thing, and I remember specifically, I wonder if he did this on purpose. It was player A, player B, and then me. And he's talking, he's like, but we've come to a final decision. And he goes like this, we've decided we want you. And then he comes over to me, and I almost threw up all over his shoes. That was life-changing, you know? It's not, you don't win this award, you don't win this money, you win like your life in a city getting to do what you want to do. I never change my my attire at the hall. I always do it at home. So I wear my tails, but then after the concert, if we're all going to go out and sing karaoke and have a couple drinks, I'm still in my tails. Greeney up there screaming System of a Down with his tails on and his tie kind of hanging off of his neck. So that was a little bit of my kind of rock star persona for a little while. And then now I throw a Christmas party every year for the orchestra and the donors. When the donors leave, we go into my basement and we have a little metal show. You know, the flute player will be singing, we'll have, everyone's playing instruments they don't normally play. I'm playing guitar. It's almost like a live karaoke band, but the band members are also musicians, and they're all wearing wigs and makeup, and we have a light show and we just play, and it's a good way to bring the group together.